Good morning, everybody. So it's back day again, back on biceps. Obviously, we're going to focus on back quite a lot. So currently just stretching at the moment. And this is one of the exercises that I found out that works really well when it comes to, warming up and actually stretching the lat, getting you ready for the day. So I'll show you what this looks like. It is a bit technical, but I mean, it's not really that difficult to kind of like wrap your head around. So, grab that. And whatever arm you're using, if it's your right arm, you're going to put your right knee down. So the same knee is going to go down. And here we're going to start doing some reps. So the key with these is you want a big stretch at the top, just like that. So you're going to have to twist your core just a little bit. And then on the way down, you're going to go supinated. You're going to hold, way back, big stretch, and then repeat. Make sure you feel the stretch at all times. And yeah, so that's kind of like the exercise. Again, it is a little bit technical, but once you wrap your head around it, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. One other thing that I want to say, make sure your chest is out so you can arch your back. So what I find very useful is just to put my arm there and not over there. If I put it there, it just allows me to open up my chest just ever slightly more. So yeah, you got a big stretch at the top. And then you come back. Squeeze the core just a little bit. And then you come back. Whoosh. 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 So yeah, that's the exercise. It's a pretty good exercise to start, in my opinion. It stretches the right muscles, which will allow you to then, go and do some other movements, and I'm going to show you. For the most part, I'll try to do 3 back exercises rather, and then I'm moving into some sort of bicep curl or hammer curl. Today, I think I'm going to do hammer curls, just because last time I did pretty much the normal curls. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, so I'm just gonna slightly change the angle of the camera just to give you a better view of what's happening on the back. So remember, whichever arm you're using, you're gonna put the same knee down, the same side knee down. So, all right, there we go. So you twist just a little bit, just to get that extra stretch, and then you come back. Make sure you're stretching at the top. All the way at the top, when you are here, if you're not feeling this part being stretched, you're not doing it properly. Probably you're just using a little bit of your shoulder there, like your real delt. You hold it back. So don't be afraid to just let that go and get that big, deep stretch. And then all the way. Cool, so it's kind of like the last. Right, so stretch, and then you come back. So that's good enough. We're now going to move into arguably one of my favorite back exercises. Okay, so I'm just going to start by showing you what this exercise looks like. So you'll need a bench. You are on about 75 degrees incline. And what you want to do, I have some ropes over there on the cable machine. So I'm going to grab them and I'm literally going to come here. So pay attention to what my chest is at. My upper chest and my shoulders will have to kind of like hunch over the bench and hug it. And that will create that extra deep stress on the top, on my lats and on my entire back really. And then I'm going to pull. There you go. So you stretch and you pull. All right, so that's the exercise. Now, tip number one, you're probably gonna need some straps for this, just because your grip is definitely not as strong as your back. If it is, you have issues. But yeah, for the most part, you're gonna need straps. Wrap them around the rope, so you can have support there, so your grip doesn't give in before your back does, which is not what you want. So yeah, I'm just gonna go grab some grips, some straps, and then we're gonna go from there. Right, so you've got a little French straps here. Okay. Cool. That's a little better. You hunch over, and then you pull. Oh. Yeah, the straps make a massive difference in these exercises. Massive difference. It's not necessarily that you can't, your grip is going to fail, but it is the case that you mentally, your bandwidth is kind of like split between grip and back. Probably not split evenly, but it's still split between your grip and your back. So with these, you kind of like reduce the bandwidth that goes to the grip to a minimal degree, which allows you to focus more on the back. But yeah, for the most part, you need to stretch, so all the way. As I said, make sure your chest, your upper chest, and your shoulders are kind of like hunching over the bench here, and you should be good to go. It's actually a pretty simple exercise once you set it up. It's just, I think, setting it up is the issue here. It just takes a little bit of time, but if you do, yeah, it's a good one. Right, so changing the angle slightly again so you can better see what's happening on the back. Give me one sec to fucking get up myself around these. Okay. Cool. Go 10 by 5 using a lever
Because it's in a little more isolation, you're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And that's on another 9, and then 10, you're going to hold it for 5 seconds. Then yeah, the same with it. We go 9, 10, 10, hold it 5 seconds. So you're going to come up to 5. Yeah. On the 5th rep, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. Then 5 and hold for 5 seconds. All right. So blow your hand up. All Ray just it much further. Lean forward, push. Should have quite a light started. Hold 5, 4, 3, 1, and last 5 go. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
all right.
4, 1 more hold.
Yeah, hopefully they give you a better idea of what my back was doing the entire time. But again, once you set it up and just get the grip of it, I think it's very difficult to not do the exercise properly. Maybe if you're not kind of like, as I said, hugging over the bends, just because you're not going to get that full stretch.
Purely just because you're.
But yeah, for the most part, it's a simple exercise. And it's a very, very effective exercise because it isolates the back to a ridiculous extent. So yeah, try it out. Righty. Less said here then. As usual, give me a sec. Just back myself in. Remember, your chest, your upper chest, and your shoulders are hugging the bends, so you can get a nice deep stretch, and then you pull and control the eccentric at all times. All right. Oh. So the second exercise slash second and a half is going to be a rope pullover. Now, I'll show you the technique that I'm kind of like used to, and I'll tell you what people do wrong for the most part. So a lot of people are kind of like here, they're sitting upright, and then they do this, and then I just felt it the way that I did it. I felt my triceps, and I felt my rear delts slightly, but honestly, the best form cue that I can sort of give you is your body and the actual rope have to be at the same angle. So as you can probably see here, I'm like at the same angle. So my body and the rope are literally at the same angle. It's not, my body's not like that and the rope is like that. So you're gonna have to be at the same angle. So one more time. That's probably the best position to be in. Now you get the dip stretch and you push. There you go. So another form cue. Your elbows have to be bended slightly, and then they just kind of have to go behind. And remember, all the movement has to happen in your back. Another great form cue If you can't pause here, especially for the first couple of reps, the weight is too heavy for you. Also, if you feel your triceps, the weight is too heavy for you. Reduce it. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. So yeah, this is another great exercise just because it isolates the back quite a lot, especially in comparison to other stuff. But if you're not doing it properly, you're probably activating a lot of your triceps, front delts, just to control the weight. It's just not worth it. Again, if you feel your triceps, the weight is too much, you need to reduce it. But yeah, for the most part, remember the angle of your body and the axle rope have to be sort of aligned. You have to be at the same sort of angle, kind of like tilting. So when you tilt, you have to come into the same angle that the axle rope is coming. So here is probably the best sort of position to be in. And yeah, it's pretty much the exercise. And again, it's a very effective one. It isolates the muscles to an incredible extent. And if you're doing it properly, elbows are slightly bent and they come behind your back so you can get that deep squeeze. Right. So obviously, change the camera angle just a little bit so you can see what's actually happening on the back. But yeah, as I said, it's only really 2 form cues. So remember, the angle of your body has to be the same as the angle of the rope. These 2 things have to match, and then your elbows are slightly bent, and then that comes, and then your elbows come behind your back for the most part. If you can't pause here, weight is too much. If you feel your triceps doing anything, the weight is too much. That's pretty much it. Then remember, control the eccentric. Get that nice deep stretch at the top. Oh. All right. Right. Another set. I think that's the third one. Could have been the fourth one. I don't know. Oh. 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 Ah, all right. One more. One more. Cool. So last set here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. All right. Right, we're going to finish off with some biceps then. And I think that will be the workout, but yeah, we're going to start with hammers. And then we'll see. All right, so hammer curls with the rope. Oosh. Yeah, so these ones are pretty self-explanatory. You just keep a very, very strict form. Arch your back just a little bit if you want, just a tiny bit. And then make sure you're controlling the weight throughout. I think this is the biggest form cue that I can give you in this one. So just kind of like control it, pause that a little bit, and then control the eccentric. Pretty self-explanatory. All right, so I'm gonna move to the second set and get those babies out. One or two more, depending on the time, and then we'll call it a day. Right, so last set here, and we're gonna do some posing, and then we're gonna call it a day. Remember, do it slowly and controlled. You can pause at the top if you want, extra difficulty, but control the eccentric. It's very, very, very important. And stretch all the way at the bottom. Don't stop there, stretch. Right, so back day complete. Wow, it's really a full day, isn't it? Back and buys, but yeah. Right. Triceps are looking alright from yesterday. So here's the hard part now. And I say hard because I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. But yeah, that was alright. I mean, yeah, back's coming along quite nicely. I have a very, very nice bump on my pecs. So let's hit the double bite back. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's do this one as well, because why not? Right. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Veins are coming back, so the cut is working. That's the good news. And yeah, what is it tomorrow? Test day tomorrow / push day. And then we have legs. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that, but this is what it is. See you around.